He's in here now.
Oh, they're already you.
Our voice just didn't go on stream, did it?
One can
not.
only hope.
Oh yeah, it did.
All right. Okay. Well, we are live at the NA Amateur League of Legends event. Well, we're just about to get started up in this. Unfortunately, game 1 was canceled. What were their names? I came so ill prepared for this.
That's alright. We have Team Mechas. You're gonna be taking on Team Royal Daggers. If you guys don't know,
Royal Daggers being the
Royal Daggers being the reigning champions. And,
reigning.
my name's Wiggs. We're with Oswaldo. You can see our Twitters below. You can go ahead and follow us if you feel like we're that important, but I don't know about that one.
It's a possibility for sure. If only. That would make an exciting caster event. Just looking at the banter being thrown out by both the Mikas and the Team Royal Daggers here. Some pretty nice stuff. And
why not?
just about to hop into game now. Here we go.
Alright, so now it's going to be to look at some of these bans. There are a lot of champions that a lot of people play a lot. I want to specifically... Oh, I have the wrong two... Oh, no, I don't. My bad on that. Okay, so there are a lot of different things that people main. I think they're probably going to be targeting Bruce Lee's champion pool, in my opinion. I think he has a very broad champion pool in here in the top lane that isn't that strong, so I would expect something like a Renekton to be banned away, and his Camille also got banned away here to start.
Yeah, Camille being his almost signature champion, rocking that Diamond 4, probably one of the highest elos we've seen. But the Lulu also being taken away from the side of the Mikas. Ivern as well, gonna be taken down here.
Yeah, so Ivern, I believe, is played by Cursia, who I think is their jungler, so that makes enough sense. Vel'Koz being taken away, that's actually a big pick that...
For Shaolin.
Yeah, for Shaolin.
Surprised not to see Varus banned on a Traveling Sheep. Been playing a lot of that champion, but we will see.
So it's really going to be about the
sure
first pick. What are you putting priority on here is the question. The Royal Daggers know how to win games, as we've seen before. So it's going to be really interesting to see what they're going to go with here.
I would expect maybe an Ezreal for Shock. He favored that a lot, but it's going to be Zac, maybe? Being the hovered, new Zac.
Macho Caribou does play a lot of Zac, so it makes sense that they would lock this in for him. And Zac is actually very strong right now, is what I've heard.
Up there. Sejuani getting a little bit of a nerf, but probably them all three of them, except for Maokai, on that little plateau of tier 1 in that jungle position.
Man, I wouldn't underestimate Maokai's support. You never know what you expect out of Maokai's support. And it'd be really cool if we saw that this game as well.
Yeah, Zac locked in, so putting some priority on the jungle here, and I'm expecting probably a Galio for Bruce Lee. Maybe a Renekton to get an aggressive lane, but maybe not something you want to first pick.
And Galio, as you expected, might be the choice. And I think for there's all kinds of different picks that each person can go with. I'm going to be really interested to see how this is going to work out. I was trying to think about... Oh yeah, every ADC is available. There was not a single ADC ban, so we can see a lot of strong AD carries. We probably will most likely see like Ashe, Varus. You could throw a Caitlyn in there as well if you wanted to, but that's almost all we're going to be seeing.
Also, Showtime has played a lot of Leona, and oh, Soraka actually is going to be the lock-in. Completely not expecting that. With Galio, you usually want to synergize with a backline diver, and Leona could probably fit that position very well. But going to be the Soraka lock-in.
That's not that surprising to me. I did have that he has a fair amount of Soraka games. He's really comfortable on that champion, so makes enough sense to me. With every carry available, it looks like Shock will just go with his classic Jinx, which actually isn't a hugely common pick for him, but he's going to go for it anyway. And it looks like the Orianna is going to be locked in as well.
Mid laner of the Royal Daggers is out this week. Donalicious. He did have a message for us. I'm just trying to see this. Good luck and hopefully he defends the championships, and good luck to everyone in the tournament. That's Donalish's words of advice. His predecessor in Combat Muffin's going to be picking up that Orianna, and going to be the Sion Varus locked in. Didn't get to see that.
Yeah, so Varus, the Jinx was kind of unexpected considering that we almost never see that get picked by Shock. Shock's main AD carries are Jhin, Ezreal, and Vayne. You can also throw some Tristana or Xayah in there. Jinx, not a huge pick, so I'm super surprised by the fact that he went with that. And it looks like for the support, it is going to be the Nami, which is a huge pick for Fly.
Shaolin. I'm expecting the final pick here going to be that Morg. Yeah, gonna lock it in. Obviously, a lot of magic damage coming out on this side of the Mikas.
Yeah, you can't underestimate Morgana mid. That's just so scary.
A lot of engage actually coming out from the side of the Mikas with a lot of like a rush down comp. They got the Galio synergized with the Morgana, with the Sion, a lot of AoE on that side, and a lot of heals.
Yeah, so let's take a look at both of these team comps now, because we have the bot lanes locked in on each side, and I want to talk about this 2v2. You have Varus, Soraka versus Jinx and Nami. How's that one supposed to go?
Soraka. I want to say it's going to go towards the side of the Nami and Jinx. Nami, well-known lane bully, probably one of the strongest early game supports in that respect. Going to be rocking that Ignite as well. Pretty scary stuff. And up against Soraka, more of the passive, but can still bruiser. Not very interactive support, but can definitely help the Varus out. But very immobile going against a Nami and the Jinx with the rockets and the bubbles. It's going to be a pretty hard lane, I think, for the bot side of the Mikas here.
And we got tanks all over the place, both in the top and jungle, letting everyone else pretty much carry the game. We have a massive protect the ADC comp coming out for Team Royal Daggers right now. The only person who can't really protect the ADC as well is going to be Incursio in that top lane on Darius, but the fact that you have Nami and Orianna and Zac to tank up all these shots to keep Shock alive in these fights, meaning Royal Daggers, they're looking for the late game. They're not going to have an easy early game. They're going to have a great late game, though.
Yeah, especially with the Jinx being almost the well-known pentakill hyper carry of the late game. Zac being that blob that just mashes into your team, gets the 5-man knock-up, all that nonsense. And Darius also being a pentakill. So very well sort of rounded comp where any of those characters from the Jinx, from the Darius, from the Orianna can just go off and take over this game.
Yeah, and I like the wombo combo that's kind of being set up here by mechas, though. You have Sion, you have Galio, you have Varus plus Morgana. So you have a really good Galio delivery system with Sion. You have Soraka to keep people alive, and you have Chain of Corruption combined with the Soul Shackles to just keep everybody in place forever. It's going to be disgusting to watch.
Mostly what you see, you don't really get to see Soraka a whole lot because of the support. Everyone else, every other lane wants to carry. They're not going to lock in the CC. But a lot of CC on this team, and it allows the Soraka pick to really just shine through. And I really am looking forward to seeing this team in team fighting mode and see what they can do.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at it, I mean, even though you do have Orianna, which just makes every team a team fight comp, it just still seems like Mechas has a way better comp here, and they've synergized their ultimates perfectly. They should be good to go in the late game.
The only problem I see, none of them really have very proactive lanes, I want to say. Maybe the Morgana would be the lane that you want to gank for, but Galio, not really going to be showing dominance, neither Morgana or neither the Varus and the going to be the heavy ganking jungler that we're looking for in that team. I would love to have seen maybe a Lee Sin coming out from Unstoppable, but who knows?
Yeah, and I mean, looking at both of these junglers, you have Sion and Zac. Obviously, Zac has way better gank pressure, so I gotta ask, who's going to be the more effective jungler, and most importantly, what lanes are these junglers going to be focusing on here?
Yeah, Scion jungle, not really something you're used to seeing. You're mostly used to seeing the Scion, obviously a few seasons ago, he would always pull this strat where he'd steal your red buff, kill himself to the red buff, so infamously a champion that dies to jungle camps. But we'll definitely have to see. We're getting into game very shortly now, just hopping in now, and that is going to be the Mikas on the red side up against the Team Royal Daggers on the blue side. Hopping into game now. You can hashtag Rod win or hashtag Mika win. Up to you. Just a few seconds here for the loading screen. Obviously a 3-minute delay. We don't get to see the action firsthand.
There we go. Was my mic broken?
I think so.
Oh. Well, what I was saying is the fact that Team Royal Daggers here, yeah, they're defending champions, but they have a sub. So the fact that they had to pull in a sub actually could cause them to lose this game. They might not be as comfortable running with this player instead.
Yeah, the two big names that you've seen from the Royal Daggers beforehand were Ape and Donalicious, obviously, and neither of those players are in this game currently. So a bit wacky, maybe not, but all the other three players obviously. So we'll have to see what comes out of them.
Should be a pretty good game to watch. It looks like everybody's just going to go for their standard prevent invades and just set up a wall along their jungle. And it looks like both teams are going to want to do that as they are spreading out here early.
A lot of pings being thrown up by both sides on that bot side river. So maybe an invade coming out. Not looking like it though. No 5-man's being set up.
With Bruce Lee sitting up by top, I don't expect it. I think they're both trying to just prevent the invade. If you are Mika's here, you have a great level 1 because you have both Morgana and Sion, but they don't want to risk anything too serious because they have no idea who's anywhere. They could just walk into 5 people for all they know.
That's safe early game. Maybe would have loved to have seen the Mika invade, like with what you said, like the Morgana Q into the Sion Q. Pretty disgusting, but not something we're gonna have to get to see.
Yeah, Sion Q is probably one of the best level 1 abilities in the entire game.
Base damage on it, yeah, it could go up to over 150 damage level 1. So.
And you can 5-man knock up and stun. Like, that's just insane. So it'd be really fun if we saw that. But we are not going to be seeing that here today. It looks like both junglers are going to be starting here on the bot side, meaning top is going to experience some pressure early.
Fishbones, you know what we ought to do?
Yeah, just stable both. Blue side starts, everyone just hopping into that mid lane. Not a lane. The lane you want to gank for, but not a very proactive lane. I expect just to see a lot of farming in this lane so far. I don't think either super strong tools to kill each other, but maybe I could be wrong on that.
Unstoppable there on the Sion should be pretty easily farming through everything. Sion's actually really good at clearing and keeping a lot of health, so he'll finish red buff and he'll still have a fair amount of health. He saved his smite on the blue is what to note, so he's saving that for the red buff to take it down real fast. Something to note though, which is a really standard jungle meta, is that neither jungler here started Raptors.
Maybe we've seen a few Raptor starts in the NA Amateur League. I would have loved to have seen that with a Sion from a Q start. Maybe start W on the Morg. Definitely be a good start. Gives you a level and a half. But...
See Flyer in the bot lane just continuously chunking and just being as annoying as possible. But Showtime just keeps healing up Traveling Sheep.
Yeah. Like I said, the Nami getting those early trades, one of the strongest early game supports in the game, and Shock, a very strong bot lane in this one against newer bot lane in Showtime and Traveling Sheep. He is getting the edge out on the Galio early.
Yeah, it looks like just over CS, but he's actually taken a lot of poke. Bruce Lee has been going up on him every time. Here we go. We're gonna have a gank. Unstoppable trying to get here, and he's looking to get the slow. He actually gets hit by a taunt, and Crucio might be going down for first blood. The flash away, but that's gonna be the knockup coming in. And Bruce Lee should fire, but he takes a tower shot, and it's a 1-for-1. The first blood goes over to the blue side.
Yeah, pretty well played from Incursio on that top side. Not able to get the first blood, but picks up a redemption kill. Very well played from Stop Bubble to, you know, get the edge of the knockup, fully knocked up, and just pretty well played, but gets the first blood. not going over to Incursio. The redemption kill going over to Incursio while the Unstoppable picks up the first blood kill. So a little bit of a mismatch in that lane for the Darius.
Just got a little bit too excited and took a couple tower shots, and that 100% means, because of the fact that the kill was picked up by Unstoppable, that Bruce Lee's behind in this lane significantly now. And now Caribou's here, so something's going to happen. That's going to be the leap coming right in, and Bruce actually gets airborne, and he has nowhere to go as he's got 5 stacks on him, and he's going to burn to death as Incursio picks up the kill.
No chance for counterplay there. The Zac Majin Buu scan on, he's going to slap you, he's going to knock you up, and it's not really much you can do once you don't have that flash up or the dash.
And I was really just Unstoppable not noticing where Machu Caribou was. That's one of the most important things as a jungler, not only to make sure that your lanes get ahead and they're comfortable, but also knowing where the other jungler is like one of the most important things. So the fact that Unstoppable had no idea that was occurring is one of the big reasons why Bruce Lee died, because Unstoppable never called out even a general area where Zac could have been.
We're gonna see the bot lane of the Royal Daggers just putting the beat down, almost 15 CS up in this lane against Traveling Sheep and
Showtime takes a
but we're gonna see Unstoppable
as well. Unstoppable's here, he's gonna get the knockup fly, flashes away, and everybody's fine as the flame traps actually hold back Shock for now, who also does not have any mana, no more rockets available. And that's all for now.
A dominant bot lane and being able to almost 3v2 there, so pretty scary stuff here.
That's gonna be the lead for Macho. He's looking to get in. He cancels it.
Level 4 dives, not a very intelligent idea. Unless you're an Elise or something along the sort, but not gonna be a level 4 dive coming out. And in this mid lane, Combat Muffin just about 9 CS up against Shaolin here, so
it's going pretty well for both sides, and we see that both junglers actually might be meeting up here in the bot lane. They definitely have spotted each other at the least, and these bubbles have been on point already.
Shoddy, a support very used to making the highlight reel, and probably is gonna look to make some more highlight plays around this time.
I mean, really,
some deep boards.
Yeah, I mean, both teams are playing super passive right now. We've seen a couple of games, but really it's just everybody wants to farm. Like, if you're mid lane right now, you just want to farm. There's been no action mid lane. Top has been all the action, and bot has had a little bit of something, but not really much. Another bubble lands there from Shoddy, and now Machu Caribou looking to jump in, but he cancels it. As Unstoppable actually looks to turn this one around, and this is actually Royal Daggers on the wrong side of the map. They have a Blaster, but they don't use it. They get the 2-man knockup. That's going to be the Soul Shackles coming in as well. And there's nothing Shoddy can do about it. He's going to go down, but a 2-man Shockwave should be able to turn it around just a little bit, but no mana actually here on Combat, and he gets exhausted. He gets knocked in the air as he fail flashes into the wall, but Machu Caribou is sitting in the middle trying to do something about it. He will be also going down in the process, and another binding lands. The passive pops, you gotta give the kill to the AD carry in this situation. The Combat actually gets a good bit of chunk. He actually gets healed up. A kill comes in for Shock. He get excited, but he's not excited enough to finish up anything. And in a chaotic fight, there's a 1-for-1.
Wow, Shock gonna take a lot of damage on the backside, but just gonna back off. But Val just overstaying, just disrespecting their opponents there. Shoddy just going all the way into the mid lane towers just about, and against the Scion with a Morgana just on there, so pretty disrespectful coming out from the side of the Team Royal Daggers, and just getting punished for it, picking up a 2-for-1 overall, and still gonna rock about a K up, but definitely a step back, I want to say.
It was really, really beneficial too for Shaolin, who picked up a kill in that fight, for Traveling Sheep, who picked up a kill in that fight. These are the two guys you need to snowball in this game, and they got exactly what they need.
Flash blown from that Morgana, so maybe gonna look to make some plays for Macho on the Zac here, but Black Shield, Morgana being one of the more infamously hard to gank champions.
The Justice Punch misses there from Bruce Lee as he looked for a bit of a trade, but I don't think he'd win that either way, and Kersey was a monster right now. Phage to 2 Doran's rings is no damage.
Yeah. both TPs up on this top side here. Just about 20 CS up for Incursio on their Darius, so definitely gonna be a terror in team fights.
Great bubble. They get good damage on the Showtime Unstoppables here without the ultimate, but it's gonna be Shoddy actually on the wrong side of the map. He actually gets very slow. Flame Chompers are dodged out. The Chilling Smite, the knock up in the air, and that should be an easy kill. The Super Mega Death Rocket doesn't do anything, and Shoddy actually makes the get out with a great bubble flash, and Unstoppable takes him out. Now Shock is in a bad spot. He flashes away. He gets knocked in the air, and this should be able to make a great turnaround play with a double kill from Unstoppable.
Oof. Pretty well
played. Kill yourself.
A trade back kill coming out.
Is there a top 5 worst that we can put on? That is just sad. Why did he heal?
I think it was a little bit of a bug too. The W coming out of Jinx actually went through the Scion and hit the Soraka while they got flash down. So a little weird interaction coming out there. Not really sure if I saw it all, but kind of didn't get the slaw into the Scion, so gonna be a dead Jinx, but Soraka also gonna go down.
Shock has no idea how that happened too. He's like, what? Unstoppable not being a team player, taking the blue buff for himself. So Shaolin, I guess, just doesn't trust himself with it. He thinks he's gonna die soon or something. Soul Shackle's actually going on to there, and Unstoppable can make his way up with the ult if he likes. Shockwave actually lands, and it's gonna be the hero's entrance coming in from the top lane, and he's knocked airborne. The Justice Punch misses. The Winds of War will take him down.
Good ult in for Bruce Lee on that Galio, just being had omnipresent, don't need TP sort of Shen styling champion.
And then Fire
Trick
now. Mikas is playing super well. They're looking to knock the reigning champions out, but you gotta realize the gold lead. It's at 1,000 gold in return for Royal Daggers based on this CS that leads that they've pulled out in every single lane.
Yeah, every single lane gonna be up at least 20, sometimes 30 almost CS here, so gonna be a slight gold lead.
Oh man. It looks like it's really just back to farming for Royal Daggers. Every time they go for a skirmish, it just doesn't work out very well for them, and now they're kind of stuck in a situation where they might as well just try something new, but they didn't expect this at all. They expected to be able to win fights.
Yeah, as we talked about before, Royal Daggers, they just want to scale up. They've got that insane late game. They've got all 3 of their carry roles that can take over a fight, and they're just looking to do that later on and get to those deep fighting stages.
Shaolin, a great black shield saves him for now, but how long is he gonna live as Incursio will be right there in combat. Muffin will pick up the kill.
Yeah, gonna be an Orianna. No sums on that. Oh, did have the flash up. I think it just recently came up, but not much you can do once that black shield is down on Morgana. And gonna go down.
Like the positioning here from Macho Caribou, who's looking to get right into the fight onto Traveling Sheep, who does not have a flash. The leap is being charged up, but it's not going to go far enough as Traveling Sheep said something. Wait, he walked back into it! That's not what he wanted! And the Let's Bounce knocks him into the fight, and he's got nowhere to go as Shock gets excited in the process.
Didn't stand a chance there. New Zach via the Let's Bounce, and not really much counterplay that could have been done aside from the first little knock-up that Caribou hit. So pretty well played, ganking that bot side. That flashless bars can't do anything.
Super well as damage to the tower is being dealt. Shaolin actually finds a little bit of a buddy, but it actually is a fight being engaged. They probably didn't want a Showtime trying to get the kill on the Shoddy, but he's not being able to go. Look at it! The slam right in the middle! There's nothing Shock can do as he gets bursted down and now onto Macho Caribou, but they see combat is actually here. Shockwave is up, he's just gotta find the positioning. Showtime almost goes down. Unstoppable being knocked up in the air. But Shaolin's on the other side. He can get the DPS they need, but he's chasing for a kill instead. And that's gonna be a 2 kills all of a sudden, the double kill. We're gonna top lane, the flash forward. A dunk for Bruce Lee. Will be able to get out. Why did he go back in? He went back into it. What on earth did we just experience? It looked like a 3 for 2 coming out in favor of the Royal Daggers.
Yeah, Traveling Sheep also being picked up side there. maybe gonna look to get something else, but some outplays coming up from Accurcio on that top side, gonna solo kill the Galio, and what a messy fight we were witnessing there. And overall, I believe on this side of the Royal Daggers, gonna be rocking that almost 3.5k gold up at 14 minutes. So
Yeah.
definitely in a poised position.
I mean, poor Bruce Lee, man. I mean, this guy, he baits Incurcio all the way under the tower. Incurcio almost dies to the tower, so Bruce Lee thinks, let me Justice Punch. I'll knock him up in the air and he'll die for the tower for sure. So he Justice Punches, and when he does that, he Justice Punches right into the Q from Darius, and he dies because he Justice Punched into it. So that's the second time someone has died just basically by their own choices.
Yeah, always wanted to go for that that outplay on the Fed AD carry. That top lane mostly comes down to that 1v1, trying to go for the outplay and getting smacked, taken down by the Darius. So maybe a little too confident in his abilities there.
That is just unfortunate. I mean, you know, Royal Daggers are up 4,000 gold. They got first tower gold, they have all these CS leads, and it just turned into a massive macro win for them when they struggled. I mean, yeah, they got a great team fight as well. It was super chaotic, but it still worked out.
Unstoppable and Showtime heading up to top side for Accurcio.
They're just going for all at C. We might see a 5v5 top lane. Shalin needs to make his move to get up there now because he's going to be super late for the fight. That's actually the charge in onto Accurcio, forcing the flash away from Unstoppable. They don't want the fight, but the tidal wave will actually whiff as everybody's able to dodge it. Everybody's able to get under the tower.
A good disengage coming up from Mika, not knowing their ADC is not there to fight.
They cut off Shalin though. They will dive because Shalin is going to be super late to this fight, and he has nothing to do but walk into members of the blue team. Good poke being thrown out as well. They're looking to just get the tower, the Justice Punch in. They're going to get a great top, but actually it gets flashed away, and that's all they have for now. Accurcio taking a lot of damage. They bounce right in, and now Macho Caribou's in the middle of the fight. A shockwave is there. The hero's in. Doesn't do too much. Accurcio is on a rampage now. Shalin gets a 3-man soul shackles, but it doesn't matter when his team can't join him, and he goes down. And Accurcio is still alive, and he will finally die. But it won't even matter as Machu goes into the back line. He will live for now. The red team somehow picks up 2 more people. Is traveling. She's trying to do something about it, but it doesn't matter. It's an ace for Royal Daggers, just trading 2 of their own.
Yeah, very, very sad Galio being cancelled and taken out before he could get it off. Looked like it was going to be a game changer, but ended up dying and getting his ult cancelled. So would have been the game-changing ult and died. So pretty unlucky, but a very good fight coming out from the Team Royal Daggers. The Darius being able to 3v1 and pick up a triple kill on that backside of the fight under tower, mind you. Very well played from Accurcio, 6-2-2 on that top lane Darius.
Fantastic fight we just saw, and Royal Daggers, after they get that tower, are now at this 5,000 gold lead. Rift Herald is so big on this patch, you can't just ignore it, and that might be the next thing Royal Daggers are looking for.
And over to the Darius, let him solo push that lane. Can probably, usually you want to send your jungler and top laner to deal with the split pusher, but at this point, I think the Darius would be able to out-2v1 the Galio and this time.
Helpers for now. Hero's entrance cannot be provided, the teleport can. It looks like you could potentially see a 5v5 soon over this dragon, potentially.
Nothing too special, but still a drink that's gonna want to be picked up, especially if you're Zac. The extra healing and regen is definitely something you must do.
And Mika's decided to give it up. They get a good binding, but they don't find anything off of it. Shalin, but that's a lot just from a zap.
Jinx picking up that IE.
I like the rotation here from Mika. They realize that the team is out of position, so they're able to capitalize on the tower, but they might actually walk into a fight instead. Shock, you gotta find him. They found the root on his Shock. They will get the damage down. Is he dead yet? Yes, he is. Shock with the mispositioning actually caused a problem, but a 3-man Shockwave and the knockout. Are you kidding me with the combo in the fight? This is exactly what they need. Is 2 are picked up from Royal Daggers. Bruce Lee's gonna go down as well. A double kill comes in for combat, and they can continue it. The bubble lands into Unstoppable. The knock up in the air. Another one's gonna come in. Are you kidding me? A triple kill for combat, and a bad fight to start, but it just turns around.
4v5 and Curcio just pushing it down. We're gonna pick it up now. And 4v5 overall, and just getting outplayed completely with that 3-man shockwave coming into combat.
Hey, look at that!
Oh, the worst of both worlds
That
for
was
the
3v5,
Mikas here.
and Curcio wasn't there either for that fight. He was up bot lane just pushing. And he wants to kill Showtime, and he definitely can. Not quite.
Oh,
Oh, burn!
flash out. Oh my god. And Curcio just gonna swag walk out on that schoolboy Darius. Not giving a care to the world. And mid lane tower here. Things are looking...
Daggers. They're just demolishing Mikas right now. Like, I love the team comp that Mikas has put together, but they haven't been able to get that combo off yet, and it's been a problem.
Super proactive damage coming out here. There's no real force in the fights that they think that can really take over. It's all just engage and follow up to the engage. No real damage coming out. And pretty sad on the side of the Mikas here, falling behind. Really insane shockwaves all game coming out from Don's replacement in combat. Oh, bubble gonna land here.
See what they're going with. It looks like they're grouping up 5v5. Traveling Sheep actually had backed, so they're going to have to wait for him to join them as he doesn't even get a big power spike and an item or anything. So it looks like, to me, Mikas do want to go for this team fight combo that I talked about earlier because it is super strong. They just haven't had a chance to execute it yet.
If they get all their CC off onto someone like the Shock or the Curcio, it could definitely be a team fight one or combat muff, and just need to take out any of the real threats in this fight, especially the Jinx, going to be putting forth a lot of damage.
Yeah, the problem is their combo requires them all to be together and very closely put together to get the hero's entrance and everything onto all the targets. But the last thing you want to do is stay super close together when a shockwave is present. So it's really going to be who gets their combo off first, and will that shockwave do enough damage when it finally comes out? Will they be able to take out Combat Muffin before it's possible? Is the real question. There it is, 2 men get hit by a shockwave, and there's the engage, and he won't be able to get anything they want. It's a 1v1 in the bot lane as well. That's going to be Shock actually almost going down somehow, but Macho Fear direction takes that showdown 1-for-1 so far. If the Ripper Macho, they're going to get the binding, they're going to get the knock up in the air, and they're not going to quite get him either. And Macho should be able to get taunted. They actually pick up a really good fight all of a sudden. Mika's fine what they want. His Combat Muffin can't really do anything. Macho's still alive for now, and they fight. Whoa! Combat Muffin somehow takes down the Morgana, and now Bruce Lee's running for his life. He goes down, and the overstay is what caused this problem. In Curcio onto a Traveling Sheep. He should be able to dunk him to death with the Blade of the Ruined King. We'll save Traveling Sheep for now.
Oh god, and Orianna definitely not something to be scoffed at. Gonna rock the Morellos and Leandres with the Aether Wisp and Sork Shoes at 22 minutes. Gonna look to insta-kill your entire team, especially that squishy support. Almost no MR being picked up on the side of the Mikas, side of the Galio, the top side. You almost have nothing to defend yourself against that 8-1 and 8 Orianna that's gonna roll through your team, and that's exactly what happened.
Teleport's gonna save that tower for now, but that is still a burn summoner spell to keep an eye on. As Royal Daggers are just padding onto this lead. They didn't quite get the inhibitor, but they got the bot lane tower. This does give them Baron set up as they're looking for some vision now. They can just do it now, actually.
Another thing I want to touch on is they do have that triple threat, like I said, touched on before. They put all their pressure onto the Jinx, but who was there to pick up that team fight win for the side of the Team Royal Daggers? It was the Orianna in the mid lane that just rampaged through, picked up a double kill.
And Mika's right now, you gotta ask how they're gonna get themselves back into the game, because they have a lot of interesting tools. Unstoppable has been picking up way too many kills. Like, if he didn't have 6 kills, if he was 0-4, and you had those kills onto a Traveling Sheep or something, these fights would go so different. So he needs to, I know sometimes he's forced to, but he needs to do something about it. Chain of Corruption onto Curcio, who's trying to scale the blue. Who's gonna be able to get it? They're gonna have to give it over to him. Baron on the other side. I don't think anybody can stop this one as Bruce Lee's trying to get in. But the blue team picks up Baron, and that's actually a great unstoppable, not unstoppable force, but unstoppable goes into the fight. They actually get a great stun and wins the board and everything. The Combat's still alive in the process, and he picks up a kill as he is now legendary. Now we're looking for everybody to hear that he's going to fight, but Shaolin is on the wrong side, and he's going to get first League down as well. It means he's going for Macho shortly if he can actually take you down. Finally, is able to do it. His shock is going to get taken out by Bruce. Oh, really? The kiting is on! And are you kidding me? No, never mind. Bruce takes it down, but Combat picks up another one as he's still legendary in the fight. And they lose only one in trade for 3. Royal Dagger's looking great as the fight. Oh, man. Macho Caribou as well. And Accursio says, alright, I'll just end the game.
Gonna be a very slow. I'm not sure about the end. Definitely a power point picked up here, but
just trying to keep Bruce Lee busy so the inhibitor can go down.
Overall, 4 for 1. Only shock going down here.
Accursio will not. Oh, whoa! Goes back in and gets the dunk. He's got the reset. He's looking for a stoppable. He's actually going to turn on to Shaolin, who has a black shield. The dunk comes out. He gets a double. Will he get the triple? If he does, I will not believe it. But he barely doesn't get a chain of corruption. Stops him for now. And Traveling Sheep is getting healed up. And Accursio is still alive. Super Mega Death Rocket does a lot of damage. Accursio trying to get another one. He gets stunned. He is finally going to go down. The shutdown comes in for a Traveling Sheep. But it doesn't matter. All he did was buy time for King to take down the Nexus.
Yeah. Trying to do the old 5v1 in fountain, everyone with a Mundo ult, not gonna work out. Oh god, is that gonna take Traveling Sheep on a trip? It's gonna be GG for Team Royal
Oh
Dagger.
man, that's the other one. Did he get a triple in the game? Give him a triple in. Yeah, there you go. Wait, he could get a penta. Hold on, give him the penta. Don't let the minions in. Keep trying for it. I think the minions are gonna end though. Shoddy goes down at the end there as well, but a great game for Royal Daggers, a 25-minute victory, and when you pick up 31 kills, that's confidence right there.
Holy moly, yeah. The sign of a champion in the works here. Gonna pick up that victory over a decently team. I think champ select might have been a small problem for the side of the Mikas. Let's check out the damage graphs getting into this one. Yana coming out of combat, rocking that 24k damage chart. It's gonna top the and very little amounts of damage coming out from the side of Mika's. Next game's going to be at 6:20 Pacific time. We'll definitely see you then. Keep your browsers open then.